She's from St. Louis. Dad's from Mexico. Don't really know what part because wasn't really in my life like I actually wanted him to be. I didn't have really a father figure.
My dad wasn't around. In my mind, I wasn't really fazed by it because he wasn't there from the beginning, so then I just got used to it, so I felt like it was right that he wasn't there.
I remember as a little kid, my dad wasn't really around a lot. I mean, I'd see him every now and then.
My mom used to get beat by my dad every day. And then this one day, she got beat pretty bad, and then he got took to the cops.
My parents to this day don't really have a good relationship. They're still on and off. I remember when I was younger, they'd fight and Dad would always be kicked out. It was never Mom, but Dad was always kicked out, and I'd fight for them to stay and they never would.
When I was a little child, my dad went to jail for 5 years, I think, and got out when I was around 9, 10. And he left, and my mother was pregnant with my younger brother, and we got into a car accident, and my brother died.
When my dad left, it hit me like a brick. He was always there, I was always smiling. He always went places, and then he was just gone.
I remember in middle school, mainly 6th and 7th grade, it was not too good for me. I remember getting jumped like every other day. I got spit on, jumped some more, just so much pain. It's sad to think about it because it's just like, what did I do to deserve all that?
In kindergarten, my mom had this boyfriend, or whatever you want to call it, but he asked me and my brother and sister if we wanted to stay home and skip school while my mom was at work, and actually it turned out to be like the worst day of my life because I was sexually abused by him with my sister, and I really didn't know what was going on. He took me in the room and, okay, hold on. Oh, goodness.
It felt like I wanted to die inside. I didn't really care for life because my mom and dad always fought. And when they fought, I felt like no one really cared for me.
As I was growing up, inside I felt that nobody loved me, so I used to get a lighter. I used to light the wire hanger, the metal ones at the end, and I would draw on my legs because my mother never told me that she loved me.
As I was growing up, I had to learn things on my own. I had to grow up quickly. My mom was always at work. She went through many boyfriends, and I just didn't like them at all.
I didn't know what he was doing was wrong because I was a kid, and this continued on until I was in the 4th grade. I mean, I don't know. I was just thinking, how do I tell my mom? What is she gonna think about me? And I don't know. I just kept it to myself because I felt like my mom's happy and everybody's happy, and I didn't want to be the person to screw things up.
I felt like I didn't ever want to get with anybody. I didn't ever want to have a relationship because I was afraid to turn out just like theirs. And it really hurt. I always felt like I didn't matter, but I know the reason why they're still together.
Then my stepfather came. When he came, things just got even worse. He was an alcoholic. He was an old drug addict.
And my mom actually is still hurt today. She always talks about it. And it kind of put a hole in me.
So I felt like if I am the problem, what can I do to solve it? Because I don't like to see anybody sad because of myself. So I felt like if I got rid of myself out of the equation, then the problem would be fixed.
I really didn't have any more friends. I stopped talking to everybody because nobody cared.
I realized I had a family at YouthHope and I left them. I needed them. I saw that. I came back and they welcomed me back. And they love me still. And I love them.
There was this kid named Devin, and he brought me to CF. And so I came, and I listened, and I got God's Word.
I was introduced to YouthHope, and at YouthHope is kind of where I found myself. That's where I found my ability to dance, do poetry.
I feel that CF is a positive way for you to get a good look on how people who live by Christ are.
I came to YouthHope. It showed me, I came here and it showed me that there's something better in life than just messing around out there just doing stupid things, trying to live life on the streets. It showed me who Christ was.
Yeah, YouthHope is like another family to me. I feel welcome, I feel loved, and there's nothing that can hurt me here. I'm happy. Even if it's terrible at my house, I come to YouthHope and I was just happy.
After I gave my life to Christ, I met Courtney Bliss, who works at the Rock Island Center. And she is the biggest influence in my life. I see her every Wednesday and Thursday. I go to her house every weekend. I go to church with her on Sunday. And I love her so much. Like, she's a mom to me.
So when I go to CF, it helps me. Like, I don't think about it at CF. I feel accepted. I feel like everyone around me cares.
I wouldn't have done it without God, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without YouthHope, because they've given me a lot of the opportunities that I would have never got anywhere else.
Now that I'm older, I volunteer at CF on leadership. I help Dave out with the cash register and cleaning up and just being a representative of Christ. I helped Ms. Barb with her small group. We just had a retreat. That was fun. I ate some colorful pancakes until I almost puked. But it was good though.
And still to this day, the people at YouthHope, the staff, they're my role models. Christina Bell, she's a huge role model of mine. And Dave Hodge, he's like another dad to me.
Now that I've come to YouthHope, I'm starting to get better grades. I'm trying. I don't get in fights. I don't cuss. I don't get in trouble with the police. I'm not out there running the streets. I don't do anything like that.
My faith is so much stronger because I know that God has a plan for me.
I come back because I feel like this is the one place that you can just come to when you're mad or sad or down and you need somebody to talk to give you opinions on how like Christ helped them through their lives.
Going here at YouthHope, I was brought closer to God, and I felt happy.
The people around you, like the staff here, they're like amazing. They're like angels sent from heaven. They help you a lot. Like whenever you're down, you can call them and they'll pick you up and you guys can talk about it.
I plan to grow up and become a social worker and help children or help kids that have like nowhere to go and have no family, or like their mother is abusing them or any of that. I plan to help kids.
I want to make sure that what I do can give God the glory too, because it's important.
I know that God is going to love me forever no matter what. Like, even when I mess up and I think he doesn't love me anymore, I know he still loves me, you know. I just love that he's never gonna go anywhere. Like, he's like another father. So since my father really isn't in the picture, I know I have an even better one that's not gonna go anywhere.
I want to give back to what was given to me. I've had so much given to me in my life, just so much. And I think that if I do what I want, I can give back to my community.
I want to work here, and I want to lead other people. I want to bring them to Christ and make them as happy as I am now, and whole. That's all I can say. I want to be here. I have to be here at Youth Hope.